Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Ryan the Collector Kid, and today I'll actually be doing a video on doing another custom TARDIS using the 13th Doctor's TARDIS to create the First Doctor's TARDIS, which is pretty cool. So if you haven't already checked out my previous video where I customize the 8th Doctor's TARDIS, check that in the link above. You'll be able to watch that one. Basically got a 13th Doctor's TARDIS, which I got from the Collector Zone, so thank you again guys for that. Pretty cool. It's got a bit of information on it, so yeah, let's crack it open and we'll have a look. Alright, so we've got the 13th Doctor's TARDIS, which is Jodie Whittaker TARDIS. This is the special effects electronic one. Basically put the batteries in the back there. You can still order these online. So I ordered mine through Ikon Collectables via my comic book shop, Collector Zone. So I'll leave links down below where you can order that. I've seen a lot online that people are actually getting this one and customizing it into the 8th Doctor's TARDIS or the First Doctor's TARDIS. So we've got the 8th Doctor's TARDIS here, which custom made, and again you can watch the previous video on that one, and it kind of just shows what you can sort of get out of one of these. So essentially I want to turn it into the First Doctor's TARDIS. As you may know, the First Doctor's TARDIS is pretty rare to buy and also very expensive on eBay. So I thought, well, I'll just spend, $59 or so, which is what it cost me to get this one, and do a bit of customization. From what I've seen, there's not too much needed to do in regards to building it up and things like that. So I'll mainly be stripping all the stickers off, modifying this section here, and also modifying the lamp to look like the First Doctor's lamp. So essentially things that you'll need or may need is some balsa wood. So if you do need to kind of patch up or make any changes, that's kind of good. And sort of matchsticks for building up the tower and things like that, or sort of building up around the lantern, I should say. This should be quite a fun project to work on, and very eager to get into it. So this will obviously be filmed in sections, and I'll obviously refer to pictures and show you some time-lapse footage and progress along the way. But stay tuned and I'll be back in just a moment. Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of building my custom First Doctor TARDIS, and it's been a bit of a while, but I can say that I have finished making it. So with further ado, let's have a look at First Doctor TARDIS. Here we are. Pretty amazing detail. So obviously I'll be referring to some photos to kind of help you out if you are interested in wanting to build one of these. You can obviously check out my previous custom TARDIS video, the link above. And that's kind of looking at my first one, which was the 8th Doctor TARDIS. Now the trick is buying a 13th Doctor TARDIS special effects that's got all the sound and everything. And then from there you can actually modify it. So I used a lot of balsa wood up the top here to kind of build up the roof and the paneling, kind of give it that sort of effect of the First Doctor's Tardis. Also built up some extra balsa wood around the top of the lantern as well, as the First Doctor's Tardis kind of had a more of a thicker box around it. And then the top here is just one of those googly eyes that you can buy sort of from your local art shop. Sort of cut it down to size and then essentially glued it on the top there. The lantern hasn't really been modified too much. I've kind of just shaved it back and obviously shaved the top off there to kind of make it flat with fixing the top part there to modify that. And then yeah, the stickers were bought from I think it's gtx.com. I'll leave a link in the comments below. I was going to go through the colors now that I used to get this effect. So I reached out to a couple of different people on the Facebook page, so the Custom Doctor Who Facebook page, and I had one of the guys give me a bit of suggestions on which paints to use. So these are all Citadel base paints. So basically went for the Citadel base Cantor Blue and the Citadel base Night Lord's Blue. So these two paints combined together give it the closest dark blue for the First Doctor's Tardis era. So I kind of just did it by eye, but it's kind of, yeah, 40-50. Mix it together quite well, and then that's kind of will give you your base paint for the blue. For the white windows, I used the Citadel layer White Scar. So that was quite a nice colour. A bit fiddly, but obviously you got to have quite a steady hand and quite a good brush. So this is a Games Workshop brush that I got picked up a couple of years ago off eBay, sort of bulk buy of different brushes. So it's quite a fine tip on that one, which is pretty cool. So I used that to obviously paint the windows on the TARDIS. And then for your base paints and things like that, I just used a standard brush, kind of that tip there. Now you'll notice on the model there's quite a bit of sort of aging and things like that. So I used a bit of a dry brush effect, which is basically where you get the color that you want and you put it on the paper and basically just keep brushing all the paint off until there's not much left on the paper, and then you just lightly use your brush with the color and just brush it lightly onto the surface of the area, and it kind of gives it a bit of a worn away effect, which is really cool. So to do that, I used a combination of Lauren Forest, dried bark, and moot green, so I can give it that sort of toxic, rotten kind of look. For the door handle and the door lock, I used lead Boucher, which is a really nice kind of metallic silver color. So for the bottom of the TARDIS, I wanted to kind of give it a weathered, kind of watery, sort of drowned effect. Lots of sort of decayed water in that. So I used a Citadel shade, Draconoff Nightshade, which kind of just really gives it that watery kind of effect, and sort of washed out effect on the bottom there. And I kind of used on the back speaker, kind of looked like it was blown out and that. And then obviously wouldn't be anything else without the First Doctor figure. So there you go. Got the TARDIS, First Doctor Tardis, Custom TARDIS, and figure to go alongside. And as I said before, the stickers really just make it really kind of stand out as the First Doctor's TARDIS. So there you go, another amazing custom model. If you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe down below, as I'll be doing more custom models coming up in the future. It would really help me with creating more content for you on YouTube. But yeah, thank you again for tuning in, and have a great week, and we'll see you next time.